What is up, everyone? Tuning in from YouTube, tuning in from Twitch. I am Patrick Egyptian Tardif, tagging in here for Jeff Gross. He's busy. He's playing a live tournament, so they called in the next best Patrick. And I am super excited to be hosting the Super Mills. Good to be back. It's been a while since I've had my last opportunity to cast this one, and this is looking like an exciting one. There's a lot of exciting stories that we'll get into. But first, I'd like to talk about my special guest, another handsome Patrick as well. Patrick, TheBigDog09 Brooks. Oh, wait, your mic's muted. You got this?
Yeah, we're good, mate. We're good.
The
third best Patrick. The third best Patrick in the game.
Yeah.
No, Patrick Leonard. I'm fourth, actually. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, yeah, good to be here, man. Thank you for inviting me, obviously.
Yeah, the little known fact, the Big Dog is actually one of the reasons why I've drastically improved. He's been my poker coach for the last year, so I owed a lot of my success to him. So when I was called to cast the Super Millions, I thought no better guest than the Big Dog.
Yeah, man. I'm just excited. I'm just excited to be here, man. Thanks for.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. I think one of the biggest storylines going into this is so GG ran a $10 10-seat guarantee satellite, and one of the players qualified for $10. One of the players
one player or two players? One or two?
So three players qualified, and one of them actually made the final table.
Awesome, yeah. I mean, that's what poker's about, for sure.
Yeah, this is the dream. There's no bigger opportunity than this to spin up $10. There's very few opportunities to win hundreds of thousands from a $10 investment. So this is going to be one of the bigger storylines, as well as we do have some familiar faces kicking this one off. David Yan, Super Millions crusher. We have Roger Tondour chip leading. A lot of exciting things. Looking forward to kicking things off.
Sure.
And
a very good friend of mine, Marcus Prince, is on the final table as well. So I'm rooting for the satellite guy, but if not him, it's going to be Marcus Prince.
Yeah, well, we're going to try our best to have some unbiased commentary.
Of course.
Yeah, but maybe there'll be a little bit of cheering if Marcus is all in.
I'll take Marcus Prince versus the field. Wherever you want to bet.
Yeah, I was going to say we definitely need to be doing a little final table betting. I definitely have some prop money here. This is monopoly money to some people. Maybe.
Are you going to get some dollars? I should have bought my dollars, mate.
Yeah. I don't know if you've got your euros. I don't know if bringing up euros is a touchy subject, being from the UK and all.
Here we go.
No, it's so super excited as we kick things off. One of the things I'd like to mention, if you guys haven't already, if you head to the GG community Discord, the link should be in the chat right about now. If you guys guess the winning hand, that the tournament ends with, the winning hand, the exact suit, card and suit, you will win the current grand prize, which I believe is at $250, and it accumulates. So if no one guesses it, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So head to the link in the YouTube chat right now. As we already kicking things off right off the rip.
That's a big goal. We got spice straight away.
Roger Tondour putting David Yan in the bin.
That's a big jam. Put the pressure on straight away. Why not?
Yeah. It's only been a few moments.
Setting the tone.
Yeah, I like to call it giving the gears. Roger just straight gave the gears to David Yan, let him know, hey, I know you're second in chips. Here comes a little first in chips, a little pressure here.
It's like on high stakes poker when Barry Greenstein used to go all in the first hand because no one wanted to. But do you remember that? Or he always used to run a big bluff like the first hand because no one wanted to go broke.
No, yeah, I think it was a different time too, because I think a lot of those guys back then, there was their own money and it'd be like their only bullet. So they'd be sitting with like a couple $100,000.
What a show that was. Well, it still is.
Yeah. There's quite a few interesting spots already. Marcus takes it down with the ace king. David Yan raise and take it. Looking at the final table, I think one of the biggest things to note with this final table is the fact that there's a lot of unfamiliar faces. There's of course, David Yan, regular in the Super Millions, somebody that's very active and has posted a lot of results in the Super Millions. But then if you look around, there's at least there's 4 people that have never played the Super Millions before. This is their
No,
first
I
time.
recognize a few. I recognize a few of the names, but
yeah. But Joker Laza 808. That's the player that we're going to be sweating. That is.
that's it. That's him. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the $10 satellite winner. We also have I think a prior winner, A Papakadis. Hopefully, I didn't butcher that one up.
You butchered
actually
it.
just
Made
a tight. Could have gone for the rejam there, but did elect to fold the jack 10 suited jacks.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be opening super tight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
opening up.
I don't think that's a range you really want to try and attack, to be honest, or that you're gonna make money jamming versus. Quite interesting with sevens here. If you want to open? Sorry. Do your intro, mate. Sorry.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I mean, we do have an interesting spot here. We could.
This is very
kind of in the
very interesting.
I'll let you take this one away.
Yeah. So I think jamming.
We'll get to that.
David Yan
breaks
his arm with sevens.
Yeah, I could not wait to snap the. Oh my goodness, 7 on the turn. David about to take a bad beat unless he can hit it. No, he cannot. Papa Kadis starting off the table with a strong little 2-outer.
That's got to feel good. That's got to feel good, right?
Yeah, I think he's probably the only one that's decided there. Everyone else was thinking pay jumps, ladders. Everyone else locked up $48,800. We're playing for $341,000. And
it always comes to 7.
Yeah.
Always comes to 7.
Yeah, I think the Austrian crew love a good 7.
They enjoyed that one. I think that's an interesting spot though. What he wants to do there, I think it's a lot it's a lot to jam. You don't really get called by 6s, and also you want to kind of block some hands that are going to call. If you're not going to get called by 6s, you'd rather jam like ace 10 off or something, right? Something that blocks, because you really don't want to get called. You don't mind jamming, but
yeah, I think when you jam hands like ace 10 off or like ace jack off as well, you're live against things like pocket 9s or pocket 10s or pocket jacks. Whereas like when you've got 7s versus jacks, you're kind of drawn pretty slim.
Yeah, for sure. And if you jam ace 10, ace jack probably doesn't call, so you get like better hands to fold as well.
Yeah, David Yan doesn't snap his wrist clicking the call button with the.
Mate, that's the quickest call I've ever seen. Literally, less than a second.
Yeah, I mean, kicking things off with a 10-9 suited open from Just Visiting, one of the newer players. Seems like his first Super Millions, or I think he's cashed Super Millions before, but newer to the show. One of the key features that we've got going on with the Super Millions this season is we are tracking all the wins and losses, all the buy-ins, all the cashes, and we're offering a big grand prize, live seats, etc. So there is significant things at play besides just the money. There's also future implications to the leaderboards, as we've got Joker Laza 3-bet jamming.
Let's go.
I think that's going to be the guy. I think if we can get him at least top 3, I mean that's just a story.
We're rooting. We're 100% rooting.
Take the social medias. Yeah,
be a good story.
Yeah, this is actually an interesting situation because we've got chip leader Roger in the big blind with a hand that could give some gears. Pocket kings with the open. Joker does get away from the queen jack. I think ace 3 off. I think in his spot, I'm probably 3-betting a lot. I don't know if I'm going to, for 30 with this stack distro, I think jamming is close. I think it's going to be a bit too many. I think it was like 20-ish. I think it's a little bit more instinctive to jam. But I would typically be pretty active.
Yeah.
I think I'd prefer 3-betting over calling. I think calling with these sort of hands just ends up you being check call, or you just call and then check fold.
Well, he's got to play quite tight versus you when you're the chip leader.
Yeah.
I think if you have ace 3 suited, you jam, and then ace 3 offsuit calls, because what you want Thomas to have like an ace 8 off or something. You want him he's mostly raise folding when he has an ace, so you'd rather have like a low king probably. I think it's fine. It's a 3-bet. It's fine there too.
Now, I think we're going to see this as a theme on this final table. David Yan with the raise and tickets. He's somebody he's been here before. He's played a lot of high stakes final tables, both live and online. The man knows what he's doing. So
it's not his first rodeo. It's not his first rodeo, mate.
He's going to be pretty active. It seems like SK, one of the, he's got a couple Super Millions results, but not a lot. And he's open jam this time. I mean, before we saw him open the jacks, and now he's jamming the queens.
Yeah, it seems a bit strong. Like you probably want to raise that with him with maybe tens he can jam, but queens is really good.
And it's interesting too because it's a stronger hand and he jammed, and I mean there are different people that he's opening into, but I'm curious what his thought process was, because it is an interesting switch up when he's opened and then opened the weaker hand, jammed the stronger hand in a situation where I felt like he probably could have just min raised.
Yeah, for sure. I think
it's seemingly a bit of a wider open with the king six suited. What do you think about this one, Patrick?
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Having the suited kings are like very, very underrated. Having a suited king, you can make top pair. You make some flush draws. Very underrated hand. Also, Roger's like when he's open for VP, Roger's not really gonna mess with him too much, I don't think. So I think king six is fine.
Yeah.
We get a bit of a gangster peel on the button though as well. I like his style. I like his style, man.
Yeah, I think the big lick 6-9 suited. I mean, they're sitting about 30 deep. Instinctively I wouldn't think about peeling this. You have to think he's got devilish intentions. Whenever you're peeling things like this, you've come
to play. You've come to play.
As I mean, he just bangs off the nut flush.
Flop when check. Is that
right? Yeah, I think with the stack just it's check flop. I'm assuming
nice bet from just visiting. Nice, good size on the turn. If the button has like a lot of pocket pairs, he's going to bet the flop. So when he checks and it comes to queen, he's going to have ace queen a lot, or he's going to have some suited board ace. So he has so much queens. It's good to go big on the turn as just visiting, because the queen's not going to fold. You can just.
I think we need to pick. We need to pick our winners here. So let's say I get 3.
I mean, Joker. 3 times. I'll take Joker.
I'll let you pick first, and then I pick the next 2.
Okay, you're going to take Joker, so I'll take Marcus Prince.
No, let's go Marcus. Oh, so you'll take Marcus. All right. Yeah, I want Joker and David Yan. That's mine. And then you've got 2, and then I've got 1 more.
So I've got 2 now. I'll take just visiting because I like how we played the king 6, and I'll take A Papadakis. I like his style.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like that is a good choice. I feel like the 6-9, like I have a feeling he's going to be a man that's going to be playing for the win or not at all. So I think let me think here. So we've got.
Wait, have we picked what? Did you pick Roger?
No, I think naturally. I think we got to go with the chip lead. All right, so I got Joker, Roger, and David, and you've got just visiting Marcus and Papa Cadiz. This is some good lineups.
I thought you picked Roger already. That's what I was like. You probably want to bet on a guy with 3 million chips at this point.
Yeah, somebody that has a lot of experience in the online GG streets. Very active.
Played a lot.
He does put himself in a lot of situations where he's playing for all of it or none of it.
Yeah, I like his style. I like his style for sure.
He does find the cage for you a lot of times, and there's definitely quite a few hands where I've been playing against Roger when I was playing the global pool. I'm just sitting here just like, oh no. So
all right.
It seemed like a rather quick all in there. Like he didn't even enter the tank. I'm the boss.
Big jam.
Yeah. Big 30 big blind jam, gets it through. Now, when I was Googling Tommaso Baldazzo, I was kind of like just to do a little bit of research going into the final table. I checked him out, and I was like searched up Italian basketball player, and I realized, okay, this guy isn't real name.
Could be him.
Yeah, I don't know if this player is real name, but if he is, I mean, it's an Italian basketball player potentially. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
If not, he's just somebody that's picked a Italian basketball players kind of.
No, it's definitely him. It's definitely Italian basketball player.
This is a hate to see it moment.
Yeah. No. Why did it come with king?
Because it's going to be Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts on the turn.
I don't think you can check. Well, let's see what Tommaso does.
Does elect for the check call. 5 of spades on the turn. This is a scary board for queens. I think King Jack is feeling relatively comfortable. You've got top pair. If you face a turn barrel, though, it does get a bit terrifying. But you have to think Joker's not going to have too many pocket sevens, pocket fours, pocket fives when he's raising from early position here.
Yeah, so you can open sevens, but
yeah,
you can call like King. You just call, he can have like 2 flush draws, obviously, especially when when he's opening EP, he's gonna have high cards. So when the 2 suits are like low cards, obviously opens up all the flush draws.
Yeah.
Joker makes a bet. This is quite thin. I think he's trying to bet and then to be able to check the river back really quick. I think get called by some worse hands.
Yeah. I think it's also a bet too, where he's probably thinking about there's a lot of flush draws out there. He doesn't want to let somebody get there for cheap. And one thing I like about this too is like typically with pocket queens, like a lot of people see an overcard and they're just like the moment they see an overcard, they just check down like, oh, I don't want to bet. So seeing Joker being a little bit more willing to put chips in, that is a good sign that, you know, for somebody that we're betting to win.
Tommaso has like 7-6 sixes, ace 4 of hearts and stuff. I don't go on, Joker. I like it. Yeah. We good, Joker.
You have to imagine this goes check on the river.
Check, Joker. All right, okay. That's all right.
Joke gets the bad news. Unfortunately, Tommaso outdraws him on the flop. King Jack picks up a big one. I mean,
every pot's like it's pretty important at this point. There's no like once it goes post flop, there's no real small pots or not important pots.
Do you think Papagadis plays the diaper? No, doesn't play the dirty diaper. There was a pause there though. He used at least 2 seconds of his time bank, so he thought maybe this could actually be something here. We could be seeing. Oh, ace jack off is just the open. I think it's
I think that's okay.
Yeah, I don't think we need to be open jamming this. I don't think he's going to expect the big blind to be jamming too late. Do you think he's gonna...
Well, it's also like if one of these guys, oh wow, he's snap fold. That's a I mean, it's a good fold. Yeah, I snap folded.
Yeah, that was I didn't expect that. I was mid about to ask. I saw the jam. I was like, you know, when he's raising here, do you think he's going to be raised calling?
And, yeah, you definitely want to raise call. It's not fun with the like. There's 9 people. There's a lot of ICM. But say for example, you jam, you're always going to go broke versus ace queen. But if you jam, the small blind folds ace 4 suited. So at least you give him a chance by raise calling to put some more money in. And then also say like the 2 blind, like say they wake up with kings and queens behind. If you jam, you bust very quick often. Whereas if you raise, you get a chance to get away from it if it goes all in. If it goes jam, call.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
We saw Joker pick up a pot there, sticking it with the king and queen suited. Got a root for our $10 satellite winners, which by the way, we did have 3. Let me double check. We did have 3 players that qualified from the $10 satellite that made it in the money. Which is significant. I mean, I think when GG runs a promotion like this, especially when it overlays, this is kind of what we're looking for. Hopefully it stays a staple, the $10 satellite into the 10K. We keep getting these storylines like this.
Yeah, it's what poker's about, man.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
I can only, you know, Patrick, you know, Patrick 2023, it still dreams about this, but primarily Patrick in, you know, 2015, 2014, very, very infantile poker phase. I don't know how I'd handle a moment like this. We got an interesting one here. Roger peeled the button and Marcus, so when Marcus opens, Roger called the button, and now Roger is the one blasting into Marcus, just firing away, and Marcus just has the stone cold nuts.
Really nice. Yeah, really nice flop bet from Roger. I like it. It's
good. Yeah, and
you get like 6s, 7s to fold straight away. Also, like when it runs out straight cards, you're not going to have enough. You could bluff these lower pocket pairs if you only bet like when you have a board weight. If it comes If it comes a queen or an 8, you're not going to have enough bluffs, and you have two very clean setouts. But we see it's not actually that super clean.
Yeah, I think this is the example of what I meant when playing against Roger. Is like he is capable of.
No, Roger will put the pressure. Roger will put the pressure.
And I think it's just unfortunate that Marcus just has the stone nuts here, because if Marcus just has like ace jack here or pocket,
is he going to go for it, Pat? Is he going to go for it? That's the question. He's in the tank.
No, I feel like we might see a check. I think
he's going to go for it. I think he's going to go for it, man. I think he's going to do it.
Oh wait, I'm realizing now the flush does come in on the river. This is a spot too where you take a lot of time to think about. If you had a straight, you'd think about it if you were to jam. Oh,
yeah. I mean, you wouldn't jam. I don't think. Maybe not jam.
Yeah, there's a lot to
jam
think
on
about.
A spade, because Marcus has like backdoor flush draws that can just like call really happily. Yeah. You probably just bet 1 million instead of jamming. Marcus Prince. There we go. Let's go.
I think with that pot did take chip lead. He does have second in chips and third in chips on his direct left, which isn't probably ideal for Marcus, but overall, high morale taking the chip lead.
And a lot of the times on the river. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say another instance. I brought it up earlier. David Yan. We're probably gonna see a lot of raising tickets. He just knows the spots to be opening, knows the situation, knows people aren't going to be defending as wide, stuff like that. Yeah, this is it's been an exciting start so far. We've already had some drama, had some all in a call. The Papagadis now sitting out. Hopefully it's only temporary.
Stop it, Marcus. What's he doing? Come on, don't.
Maybe it's definitely like a Discord message where he's like, he's messaging his buddies. Oh, it's even better. It's let's wait for Papagadis.
What a man! What a guy!
One of
the nicest men in one of the nicest guys in poker. For sure.
You know what's? I actually had my first interaction with Marcus was in 2018. He made a major final table, and I happened to find a way to do commentary for it. And I kept bringing up that he looked like former UFC heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic, and I kept calling him Stipe. And after the final table, he busts in fifth, cash for 600K or something. Great result. And he talks to me after, and he's like, I had no idea who Stipe was. I didn't get.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either.
I looked him up. I think if anyone could look up Stipe Miocic and then Google Marcus Prinz, you'll see it. But he brought it. He joked. He's like, "Oh yeah, I saw after." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right. I do kind of look like him." As we've got. Oh, actually, off the rip though. I mean, Eska use a little bit of his time bank. I think, honestly, I'd probably. Time banks are very valuable here. So seeing players like this make decisions like this, it is nice to see.
For sure. They can just do 2 minutes each of their time banks, and that's like 10 minutes, whatever. Yeah. My maths isn't that great, but
yeah, I think candidly, I'd probably use like 40 seconds.
Yeah, Eska, someone message Eska, tell him look.
Yeah, and Eska doesn't need to use all of his time bank. Like he can fold here, and like other people are going to tank.
And we just hope.
Do you think we'll see anyone just like have snap fold selected?
No, everyone here seems like a nice guy.
Yeah. David Yan spins some facts. Doesn't need to use all of his time bank there. Split it up amongst the crew. Yeah,
you got to be careful with the time banks on GG, because obviously once you get to heads up, if it's at 0. Like by the time you get to if you use all it, by the time you get to 0, you're making 5-second decisions, playing for all the money.
And we have seen it. We have seen it pop up.
There he is. Here he is.
All right, now he's back. Yeah, good on Marcus for bringing attention to that and getting the rest of the table to be a little bit more vigilant. And he's returned. One of the exciting things that GG has lined up as well, we do have the GG Super Millions live tour. Things are kicking off in Vietnam in March. Satellites are going to be running on GG soon, so if you guys haven't already, get yourself signed up on GGPoker, the world's #1 poker site. Why if you're here and you're watching, how you got to be signed up, you got to be battling. I mean, we're already seeing Joker Laza. Hopefully he's going to be punching his ticket to some Super Millions live. Spends a $10 ticket to
he's there, mate.
340 He's going to spin it to 341K today, and then he'll probably satellite in for the Super Millions again. Satellites are the way to really just launch yourself into superstardom sometimes. They're the dream. Got a fun one here. I mean, looking at the pot.
So what happened on the turn here?
David Yon went check. David Yon bet for a larger size and just visiting with the call.
Yeah, seems fine.
I think barreling here for David. I mean, he blocks 4-5, or he blocks the strong 4-5. He doesn't have a heart in his hand for hands that'll check call, check fold. I don't think just visiting is going to have an ace here.
Well, 4-5's not just visiting is not going to have 4-5 offsuit pre-flop, and that's not probably going to check call the turn. In fact, having a 4 is not like kind of a negative, to be honest, because you want the small blind to have king 4, queen 4, hands that are going to call the turn and fold the river.
And that's why we bring in people like Big Dog, because he, recognizes, hey, yeah, 4-5 isn't going to check call there.
And also, he's not going to limp like 4-5 off, probably. I don't think.
Yeah, I imagine just visiting will have a decent amount of respect for Mr. Yon. I wonder actually, an interesting thought, David Yon with the Bahamas flag, how many players are going to be playing on their tablet while also playing this. That could be a situation.
Why aren't you in the Bahamas, Pat?
I decided I'd rather win lots of money on the WSOP.ca Ontario client.
And what happened? Did you win? Did you win lots of money?
Yeah. I literally won almost every tournament on Sunday, and then I won more tournaments yesterday. So made a great decision to not go to the Bahamas. And the WSOP.ca, if you guys don't know, the Ontario in Canada, one of the provinces regulated, and we've segregated, and we're one of the first GG clients that is a regulated segregated pool. And Canadian players, we have a lot of disposable income, so the games have been very good, and I had a lot of fun playing them, and things have been enjoyable. I've been pretty happy. It's great. It's good to be Canadian. It's good to be a Canadian in Ontario at the moment. If you guys are tuning in, let us know where you guys are watching us from. Is anyone watching us from the Bahamas right now? Where are we tuning in from in the chat? Let me see some names. Let me see what we got going on. As we got Damien in the chat asking, where's Jeff Gross this week? Jeff is unavailable, and he messaged happily. I decided to fill in for him. That's what we got cooking for today. Yeah, let us know in the chat where you guys are watching from. Jason letting us know he's watching from Vancouver. We got Manchester. I was gonna use a UK accent, and I was like, you know what?
Do a Manchester UK accent.
I couldn't honestly even tell you what it. Manchester, England.
That's good. That's pretty close actually. That's good. Yeah, good, mate. Manchester's not in Australia, mate.
Well, maybe Australians, like a good core of Australians, have like Manchester roots, and that's why it would sound Australian. How's that sound?
Yeah, makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Why not?
Yeah. I think that makes sense. Oh, Bandit says he's in Bahamas.
There's nothing you can't do, mate. There's nothing you can't do.
I really am just a jack of all trades. Jeremy tuning in from Ontario. We got Baltimore, Bulgaria, Norway, Vancouver, Ireland. Ireland. I read Ireland and then okay, we missed that one up.
Are we gonna get Irish? Can we get Irish accent as well?
Oh, absolutely not. No. The best Irish I can do is not that I could do. It's like if I think Irish, I think listening to Sven McDermott.
Oh, Sven, I love Sven Coos. Sven Coos is great, man.
Yeah.
One of my favorite streamers.
Top lad. Yeah.
He's an entertaining fella.
Yeah, hard on the sleeve. We got Joker with an opportunity as he does elect to go all in. The blinds have gone up to 50,000 big blind now. And Joker under the 20 big blind mark, launches in the ace king, takes the pot down.
Love to see it.
Big spot. Still no players eliminated after the first blind level increase. We've got Eska. He's the one to watch. He's in the danger zone with just over 10 big blinds. And Joker and Papakadis in the 20 to 25 big blind range. I guess I'm the boss X as well in the 25 big blind range. Everyone else having a pretty healthy over 40, 50 big blind stack. One of the major things to note as well is there's no significant chip lead. So you have to think the first all-in and call might dictate who's going to be running the show, who's going to be
for sure.
Who's going to have the sheriff badge, so to speak, for this final table.
It means they will have to play fairly, like they will have to work together, not to bust, not work together, but they have to be. When one of them busts, it's very, very like they're giving all the other guys money basically. It's very, very heavy risk, like very, very heavy ICM here.
Jeremy saying, I've been battling with you a bit on the tables, Pat. Not up as much as you, but the tourneys have been stellar. Yeah, I think that's one of the. We'll take a moment here. This could be our first or our next all-in and call moment. Eska all in.
I don't think he's going to fold. I don't think he's folding ace king. Probably will be.
But I was going to say, I do think we won't see the all-in. We'll probably just see the call here.
Nice call, I think.
All right, a classic pocket eights. Yeah.
Off to the races.
Bit of a boring flop. He's got backdoor straights. Now just the ace or the king.
You love that turn.
To eliminate him.
Absolutely love that turn.
And three-sider on the river. It's an easy one. Eska, no sweat. Wasn't even paint either to get a little bit of a, oh no, there's already two jacks out there type feeling.
Well, not the counterfeit. That's the worst. The counterfeit's the worst one.
Yeah, it really is because, I worked hard. I had a pair already. He didn't work hard for his pair. There should be like, some counterfeits shouldn't work. Three pair should beat some.
Life's not fair, mate. Life's not fair, man. Life's not fair.
Yeah, thanks. This is why I have you in my corner to remind me that, sometimes life's not fair.
I think David Yan's the price of poker's going up. Yeah. Price of poker's going up.
The gears have been given. I think it's a tough spot here with Queen 3 suited to be limp calling too. And this is the
it's versus 4x. It's versus 4x too.
I think even versus 3.5, it's just uncomfortable. But
you want to continue a lot of suited hands because obviously you can make really flushes. Obviously, flush are very good hands. Yeah, that's expert analysis. But basically, you can continue more turns, right? Like if you have obviously you can turn back the flush draws, and it's easier to continue under pressure, basically. So I wouldn't mind calling the Queen 3.
I guess when you peel the 3.5x too, it's not like David's going to have a lot of Queen X. He's not going to be ISOing too much like Queen Jack and Queen 10, and
he can do because Just Vision isn't going to jam, isn't going to limp jam. He's just going to if he limp 3 bets, you can call Queen Jack suited. So
yeah, but I guess the offsuit stuff won't be doing it. But I feel like the Queen isn't always as dominated.
Yeah, but also if you think about it that way though too, you dominate some of the threes, but that's just something. You can have 10-3 off, Jack 3 off.
Interesting. We just saw Roger folded Queen Jack suited. I was about to say I think we're going to see Roger back in the
Rogers, yeah, he was blasting. He was putting the pressure on.
Yeah. Now it seems like maybe momentum's not on his side.
With that King 4, so far, I'd really like to see three bet folding would be really good there as Joker. So obviously David Yan's going to be opening that spot really wide. He's going to get, as a satellite winner, he's probably going to get more credit too. It's going to look really strong there. I think 3-bet fold would be really good there as Joker.
Yeah, and it's one of those things he might not recognize it going into it, but knowing David Yan, he's somebody that's going to recognize somebody's going to be on the tighter side and opening wider. I mean, he's opening hands like 9-8 off. Not expecting too much aggression from the player, or bluffing aggression from the players behind. So just expects a lot of honesty. And
King 4 is a really good hand. You have one high card blocker, and then when you have a 4, you're unblocking the middling hands like Jack 10, Queen Jack, all those hands that are going to raise folds. You'd rather have King 4 than King 8 or King 9, whatever.
Yeah, because you don't really mind 3-bet folding king 4 off. You know, you're not really losing sleep. Like, oh, I could have flopped.
We might have a big one here. I'm the boss.
Yeah.
Is a non-believer. He's not believing it.
He is deep in the tank. Does find the fold. He was really considering.
It wasn't, yeah. He was not letting it go.
I feel like if there's hands that I feel like people are more likely to get into trouble with, I feel like ace 10 off tends to be one of those ones where you're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna give the gears here with this ace 10
yeah,
off.
like, I mean, it's like you're always gonna open it, but you shouldn't get into that much trouble. If you get 3-bet, you just fold. It's the worst hand you're opening, pretty much.
If you guys are enjoying the commentary, if you guys are enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a like. Click like.
Oh, I need to leave a like. I'll do that.
Yeah. I as well. I'm gonna leave a like. Let's get some more likes. Let's get at least 100 to start.
Have we got one? Have we got one like?
We've got one. I think at least one person likes you, me, or the show, or potentially all three of us combined. I think it could be like a total package thing. So yes.
They were asking for Jeff. They were asking for Jeff back in the chat, mate. It wasn't looking
good. Yeah. Come on, guys, please don't. I'm back in my parents' basement. Please, if you guys don't leave good reviews, I might be in trouble. This might be it for me. So please like the show. Please leave a like on the live stream. Got a fun one here. David Yan called the open from just visiting.
Yeah, it seems reasonable. Seems good.
Yeah.
You can't really get queens in, so you can't 3-bet and then get it in versus just visiting, because just visiting is gonna get in aces and kings. Like, he's never gonna get Jackson. Also, you trap the guys behind, so anyone behind has 10s and jacks, they're gonna jam probably. I think quite nice from David Yan. Just visiting might want to bluff the river here with king queen. He's blocking like the best hands David Yan has, kings and queens. I'm blocking like 10s, jacks, and stuff. Yeah, I like bluffing the rivers, just visiting for sure. He can have ace X, he can have 9X, kings.
David Yan does just block the turn, bet the river, takes it down. No funny business from just visiting. So we could have an interesting button situation here with the ace 8 off. He's got a similar stack as the small blind. Marcus sitting in the big blind with the king 8 off.
Marcus Prince is it's Marcus Prince. Come on, he's folding.
We got all three options available here. I feel like you could see a call, you could see a 3-bet. There it is.
Marcus Prince, he got Marcus.
Give him the gears, just because you made that he's gonna fold comment. I feel like he heard you.
Yeah, he messed it up.
He felt your energy 30 minutes ago and was like, you know what, this Brooksy guy, I'm gonna stick it in his eye.
Yeah, and he gets
Marcus gets it through. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough spot with ace 8. I mean, 4-bet jamming is a bit uncomfortable. Calling isn't really an option. It doesn't feel very comfortable. You're putting in a large percentage of your stack. You know.
Well, you don't call that. You just if you think he's bluffing enough, you're just gonna jam. But having an ace is good.
We got some potential fireworks here. We've got ace king off in the big blind, 10s with the open. Blinds just increased to 60,000 big blinds, so they are now even shallower, sub 30 big blinds. I feel like ace king is one of those hands that you kind of just stick it in the eye. You get called. You've got ace king. If you don't, cool.
Yeah, let's see what he does. I think jamming's good. I think jamming's fine. You could 3-bet call too.
Yeah, I think I would probably be a bit more villain dependent if you expect villain to be the type that'll have the 4-bet bluff jams.
For sure. Yeah.
It gets a little bit more comfortable. If you know your opponent is almost never gonna slam in the ace 5 suited, it gets a little bit treacherous when you 3-bet and get 4-bet jammed on. And you're like, well, I've got ace king, but he's never bluffing. And this is a blender spot for 10s. This isn't like some sort of easy decision where it's like, oh, I'm gonna.
No, it's really tough. It's tough for sure because big blind's never gonna have 9s. So when you get it in, you're toast. You're toast or you're flipping.
Yeah.
You probably want to call here as Thomas. I think. If the big blind's bluffing here, he's not gonna have too many hands with 2 overs to 10.
Wow.
Or it's a fold. Yeah, that's a really tough spot. Very, very tough spot. But like, say the big blind's gonna bluff like ace 4 off, ace 5 off. He's probably not gonna 3-bet fold king jack suited and stuff. So you probably want to play in position when the guy's got 3 outs.
Yeah,
but I don't blame him. Don't blame him for folding. Very tough spot.
We could have some fun here with aces. I mean, if he starts with a limp, this could actually get spicy.
We're gonna see some fireworks.
I think Jack 7 suited is one of those hands that does like to just check back. I think Jack for sure. 5 suited, we might be seeing some raises here. Ooh, and he does find the raise.
Oh, this is it. This is it, Pat. You called it. You called it. Yeah, I think when you like when you have a 2 or 3 in your hand, you mostly just go for it.
Yeah. What do you think sizing wise? Just visiting with the 3-bet here if he does it.
Well, David Young's gone 4x, so I think if he does it, it'll be like 600k. I think all your David Young's gonna have so many like trash hands. You don't need to go big. He can't like flat a 3-bet with 10 deuce off 690. Okay, he's gone a bit larger.
Yeah, as I said, that feels a bit large. I think if you were to like attack his weak hands, if you were to like rebluff in that situation, you really don't need.
Also looks very bluffy. It also looks very bluffy though.
Yeah.
And also, at 40 big blinds, David Yan might raise a hand like 10-9 suited because he doesn't think the small blind's going to limp jam. So then you want to go big up because he's going to have more hands to call, right? Mm-hmm. He can have suited board raise and stuff. He can have pocket pairs. If you're very shallow, the small blind's going to jam a lot of hands. So David Yan's going to be very, very polarized. He's not going to want to raise fold 10-9 suited, you know. So then you can 3-bet very, very small.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the hand prior, David Yan raising the 7-3 offsuit, and Eska takes a little bit of time, but then folds the King 5 suited. I mean, we're seeing David Yan has successfully very easily chipped up just from aggression. We've seen him fail a couple times, and we talked about it. But all these little pots here or there where he's just consistently chipped up. I think he started this final table with like 2.2, 2.3 million. He's sitting at almost 3.1. And he really hasn't done anything too spectacular. It's not like he's ran.
Yeah, he lost a big flip too. He lost not a big flip. He lost 9s versus 7s.
Yeah, he lost 9s versus 7s, dropped to 1.4 million, and is just we're seeing what
Joker
happens.
Our boy Joker might play a part here.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
good fold.
I don't mind it. You stay alive.
I think this could be an all-in situation. I think David's going to start with an open. Oh, Eska, wow. Eska's finding a lot of tighter folds and pretty quickly.
Right, yeah. I wouldn't mind. Jack 10 suited. I wouldn't mind jamming Jack 10 suited.
Yeah, I think 15 bigs. I'm probably just always going to stick it because I don't know if David Yan's really going to want to call ace jack off there. I think it's a pretty large portion of his stack, even though it's only 15 bigs. And he's definitely not calling a king jack or queen jack. So like if you get called there, you're gonna get called by like ace king, ace queen, or like some pocket pairs, and like Jack 10 suited is just doing fine versus that, right? If he's got queen.
Well, there's if you're David Yan, you don't have much, there's not much ICM on you. Like you only have ICM if you're gonna go broke, if you're gonna bust. So if you're calling off your tournament life, it's completely different. It's calling off there.
Mm-hmm. David Yan opening and flopping the goods. Doesn't get any.
Is he just gonna win? He's just winning every pot, mate. He's just winning every pot.
Yeah. I was about to say this is what happens when you have an elite player on a table with a table with a little bit less experience. David Yan is just by far the most experienced Super Millions as well as high stakes player on this final table, and he's given the gears. This is kind of what happens with imagine a Dama with every other player in the world. This is what we're kind of seeing, where it's just like nonstop aggression.
He's got a really good seat too because the other 2 big stacks. My man Marcus and just visiting, obviously, is direct left or right.
Mm-hmm. Roger back in the mix.
Okay,
this could
very interesting was here. Oh, fucking up. I'm gonna set up for this one.
Yeah, I think we can see Roger bet. Yeah, you can see a bet, but this is also kind of like a scary board where, like, even when you have an ace here, it's like, I can see Roger being a little bit more uncomfortable and finds the.
I don't think you want to bet any hands as Roger. You probably want to check range. Big blind's gonna have way more flushes, and obviously, like, Roger mostly has like good top pairs, and the big blind's gonna have all the suited combos. So that's probably when you're covered, you probably want to check everything as Roger there, maybe.
Now, this is where it gets interesting because the board has made a flush. Both players have a flush. Both players have the exact same hand. If it goes check, check, you know, they chop it up. But this could be an opportunity for players to turn their hand into a bluff, as Marcus is going
Prince,
for it.
look at this. What a player.
Wow.
What
Marcus is being active right now, and these couple spots.
Hey, bluffing. Marcus Prince, bluffing. Go, Marcus. Let's go.
It might be fun. I feel like that might go over some people's.
Or maybe there was a card read. There was a card read there. It was king for your clubs. It's got to be.
Focus Marcus might be is proven to be a feisty one. As Eska all in now with the pocket kings, electing to just stick it in with the 14.5. Maybe just visiting calls.
Just gives him a spin. 7-5.
Misclick hits the wrong button on the tablet. Goes to click fold. Fat finger.
Probably just a fold with a 7-5.
Yeah. You like 7-6 call.
7-6.
If it's your lucky hand, you probably need to call 7-6 suited.
Put him on ace king. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. You know, everyone folded, so probably fold some high cards.
Sevens. So this will go raise, and then David Yan will for sure defend.
Yeah. You know, I hope he 3-bets just to.
No, way too pretty and not good enough.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think we'll see anything too spectacular to David. Probably just the check fold. I think peeling with these backdoors is a bit sussy. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So far, fun final table. We've made
especially versus EP2. It's early position and it's an ace card board.
We've made it through 2.5 blind levels and still have not eliminated a player. I mean, we started pretty deep and no one was like super short. There's been a couple all in call moments where the short stacks have doubled, but yeah, it just seems like the players.
KG stuff, but everyone's been playing pretty well so far, I think.
Eska with the fold with the ace-6, just visiting, taking it down. Things are getting spicy.
Not bad. It's actually not a bad fault. It's not a bad fault, actually.
No, yeah.
It's kind of close. Just visiting is not going to be opening really wide on the button there with David Yan in chip leader in this full value. So, all right.
Fun times here. I think this is going to be it. We're going to see Roger get back.
Joe, come on, Joker.
Roger versus Joker. Both my guys.
Flop it, baby. No.
I think depending on Roger's flop size could determine whether or not Joker gets in the mix here with a check call. I feel like
not bad. Not bad. That nice fold, Joker. Good fold, Joker.
Yeah, the gut shots for 25%, still kind of close with ICM. I think once you see like 33 or the 50, you're gonna have to start laying it down. The big 2/3 button one, though, Rogers is gonna take that one down always.
Yeah, that's not getting any customers. 2/3. Yes, 10-8.
Fun times so far. Again, guys, if you haven't already, please leave a like on the video. Let us know if you guys
is Audley Harrison on this FT? What?
No, he did commentary last week.
Audley Harrison, yeah, he plays poker. I remember that. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Audley Harrison is a British heavyweight boxer.
Oh,
from a while back, retired boxer.
Okay, when was he?
That's boxing? Awesome. I need to watch. I want to watch that actually. He fought like David Hay. He fought quite like.
Yeah.
He won Olympic gold, I think.
I imagine that's probably how. So Jeff got him in the booth. I imagine that's probably because I know Jeff did work with David Hayes for like a YouTube series where he was like coaching him. So I imagine
he was going to be
where
professional.
The connection was.
And then no, Audley Harrison, like he won a Venetian deep, stack for like 50K. He's a player apparently. He can play.
I love to hear it. You know, poker is a very universal game that attracts a lot of people from all over and all. I think especially when you have athletes that are hyper competitive, there's no better realm to put yourself in after like competitive sports than something like poker, where poker's just as competitive as it gets, and you're just always striving for greatness, always trying to improve. There's always some way to improve. You never stop improving when it comes to poker. So I think it ends up becoming a good outlet for a lot of professional athletes as a hobby.
Yeah, as well. If they're athletes, they can't do like, you can't get injured in poker. You can't pick up an injury.
There's definitely been some instances. A couple. Sometimes the dealers throw the cards like really hard. Like I remember early on in my poker infancy, there was this one dealer at the Montreal Poker Playground that could just whip the cards, and he just hit me on my finger.
Like Chris Ferguson. Like Chris Ferguson.
Yeah.
He used to cut like carrots, right? He used to cut like carrots.
Yeah, that was a big like poker after dark thing where he's
yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I think he was a bit better than Chris. But yeah, I got hit in the finger and like he almost drew blood. I was like, what the hell, man? Homie was throwing
dangerous. It's a dangerous street side, really.
Limp pot here. Marcus limp pot, Marcus check flop, and then Marcus I think can't be folding turn. I think once you check flop, just as he's going to be barreling with some Jack X and 10X and some one club combos. He could also just be betting. Yeah, I think that's going to be the bulk of things that'll be beating that, because I don't think just visiting can start betting a queen.
No, just visiting is just going to have mostly just a king, mostly just a king for value. He doesn't have any kings with a kicker, so maybe actually just a king can bet, because Marcus Prince is going to bet a lot of his aces on the turn, so I think you can bet probably any king as just visiting.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to go like 300k, I'm going to guess. And Marcus Prince has a tough decision. That's a big one, yeah. Good fold, Marcus.
Just visiting goes for the value bet, doesn't get called, but does pick up the pot.
Big. Little bit of Austria on Austria action.
Love to see it. Love to see both of your guys going at it. Maybe they eliminate each other.
Good discipline folds on the button there for Marcus Prince. Two bigger stacks.
Yeah, I imagine this will be a situation you're not going to be wanting to be too active. Just visiting as well. Opening the 7-3 suited. A lot of limping.
Well,
finally likes to
now
raise.
He covers. Now he covers David Janlo before. David Janlo more so he just wants to live everything. But when you can knock the other guy out, you can be aggressive.
That felt like a quick 10 hands. I feel like it wasn't that long ago I said we were halfway through the level. We've gone 3 levels, no eliminations. I wonder what the record is for the longest amount of play without one player being eliminated. We've got to be pretty close. I mean, we now have 3 players in the danger zone sitting sub 15 big blinds.
Who's going to go next? Pat? Who's on?
I have a sneaky feeling we might
maybe it don't. Yeah, it could be trouble. Could be big trouble.
This is bad for my boy Roger right now. I don't think he's going to.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, this is very bad. This is a bad flop for Roger.
Very
Marcus
unlucky for Roger.
With a Marcus expected hand, 3-bet the aces. Roger flopping.
Well.
Nah, yeah, what else is Roger gonna? What else is Marcus gonna 3-bet? Now it's Marcus does, he's got top set. It's not necessarily simple what he's gonna pick for terms of sizes, but I do think you still kind of need to go 25-ish%.
Okay.
You gotta.
I think you want to just bet but I think you're mostly just gonna bet 20% as Marcus here. You're gonna have the ace kings. You're gonna have you're gonna bluff a lot of ace X. Roger's not gonna flat much ace X. He's gonna jam ace king. So it's really also if Roger doesn't have much ace X, your kings and queens can bet too. So you just want to bet 20% as Marcus here.
We got a bit of hope here for Roger. Yeah. He's turns the gut shot. He's not 0% yet. Roger can find the queen and potentially still find a way to win the spot. It's unlikely Marcus finds a check here. Probably going to throw in another bet on the smaller end. Look to get called by the ace jack. King jack
of hearts. King queen of hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Roger can't have too much queen jack here. He's not going to have. He's not going to have too much queen jack.
Yeah, I think versus Marcus's larger flop size, it's a bit harder to appeal. Queen jack of diamonds, queen jack of clubs. You can still probably call queen jack of spades, but that's kind of close. And then queen jack of hearts, just always
tough
always
spot
in
for
the mix.
Roger here. Tough spot. Very, very tough spot.
Yeah, because I mean, on a board like this, when Marcus 3-bets, he doesn't have like a lot of his value interacts with it, and a lot of his bluffs probably don't continue barreling.
Well, he can bluff like queens and jacks very easily, but
yeah, I think that ends up being a bit unintuitive too.
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, not for Marcus, but in general, Roger might not expect queens or jacks to be turned into a bluff.
Those are the most natural. Those are the most natural ones, though, because when you don't have natural bluffs, you have to find unnatural ones.
Roger check calls, does not hit the queen. It's getting uncomfortable here for Roger.
Marcus Prince is the happiest man in Vienna at the moment.
Yeah, there's probably a little bit of fear of queen jack, but he's probably still thinking Vegas and the Mirage.
Yeah, I mean, you're not like if he has queen jack, you obviously go. One annoying thing here though is you're blocking most of the calls actually. So for Roger to call here, like, is he going to call? He's basically going to call 10-10 mostly. Maybe some king 10 suited, but obviously Marcus goes all in.
Marcus is very quick with the jam. Roger quick with the call. Oh no!
Unlucky Roger. Yeah,
tough one. I really did jinx it. Good game, Roger. 9th place. He's going to be going home with $48,800. You have to think a little bit disappointed. He did come into this final table with the chip lead. This is one of those like nightmarish situations where you come in with the chip lead, you get 9th. It does happen from time to time. Good game, Roger.
Yeah, you know that.
I know we'll be seeing them.
You know that one very well.
Yeah, I've definitely had a few of those in my career.
I think very tough spot there for Roger.
Yeah,
and a very good battler. Good, yeah, very fun to play versus. Very good.
Yeah, he's somebody that won't be getting deterred. We'll be seeing him again. He'll be battling again. Hopefully better luck with the next Super Millions final table.
One thing with that, the river there with Marcus Prince, he jammed like that's a huge. How much is that pot worth in equity? Like 60, like I don't know how much. At least. But he jammed the river less than 20 seconds. If you're going to run like a really complicated bluff there, and you're doing it for that much money, there's so little money behind. Like I think when he jams really quickly, it's very, very strong. I don't think it's ever bluffing really, but it's a tough spot for Roger. Obviously, it's not.
Yeah, well, I think it's interesting too because there's also going to be, if you're thin value jamming too, you'd probably take a lot of time. I mean, there's some easy value decisions like sets and stuff, but
easy decisions as in what? As in
quickly, Tommaso all in.
I mean, when Marcus jams the river really quick, doesn't think too much.
Yeah, I would expect.
It's such like a spot that's worth so much money. If you're going to bluff, it's really tough to bluff. You need time.
Yeah, and I think he took less time than 20 seconds. It was kind of like a 10-second. I don't even think he broke into the time.
Yeah, and it's super strong, super strong. Especially as well, it's tough for Marcus to bluff there because Roger's going to have an ace really often, and he's jamming for so little of the pot. He's jamming for like 40% pot.
Yeah,
it's tough to get folds, as we saw.
Yeah, when you're bluffing there, you're not expecting too many things to fold. A lot of the time when they call flop, call turn, they're going to stay sticky to the river.
I mean, you could maybe argue like depends how much Queen Jack Roger has, but like you need Roger to have exact. I mean, you can't obviously not check, but when you have aces, you're blocking a lot of the calls. But
Tommaso elects to click the call button with King Queen suited. You know, when I see situations like this, I think about like a similar final table spot that I had where a particular DTO owner kind of berated me for clicking call in these situations, and that we wouldn't be
Marcus Prince
calls. No, the other one.
That one.
Yeah, where I peeled Lena's Open on the WSOP final table, and it was a situation where we probably don't have too many calls, just 3-bets or 3-bet jams, 3-bet calls, or those sort of things. I'm kind of intrigued. I mean, King Queen suited, this is kind of one of those hands that wants to call, but I don't know if overall range we're gonna have too many calls. I mean, looking at
that's maybe the problem. That's maybe the problem. when you have the only hand that wants to call, you turn your range into that hand.
Yeah. And
I guess like Tommaso
can have,
he can have nines, he can have tens, he can have ace queen. Like ace queen could do that bluff too, but he has some hands that want to flat.
But it's looking like this could be an interesting situation. Monotone board. 3 spades on the flop. Pinks, just straight pinks, 10 on the turn. And he checks it back. He checks back the straight. Just visiting. Could be losing a couple chips here. I mean, the jack on the river might save him a little bit, but you have to think he's going to be putting in at least a bet or check. Yeah, whether he bets himself or he check calls. Not fun situation here for ace king. He does. Ooh. This could incite violence too. I feel like we could see. But I just can't see just visiting wanting to bet call here. Because Tommaso still has like full house. Oh, I mean, I don't know. The more I think about it, and he just finds the call. Wow, just visiting. I feel like saved a couple 100,000 chips there.
Yeah, that's
he really didn't lose very many chips there. He could have lost a lot more. I think he's probably thinking like, all right, I'll take that. You got king queen, I'll take it.
Yeah, but I think as well, like it's hard for just visiting to bet a better hand than king queen that small in the river.
Yeah,
very like pretty small. But it's hard to say.
Also, we're gonna have another piece of collision here.
King queen really wants to bet the turn too.
Yeah, pocket nines
or check the flop as well, because that's not a good hand to bet the flop move. Because you're blocking kings and queens, you're blocking big part of the folds.
Not to interrupt, but I think we have a tough spot here for Joker. Ace queen facing the 10 big blind all in. This could be gamble time.
I'm nervous. Come on, Joker, let's go.
I think I find the call here with ace queen. I think Eska, in theory, should have a lot of worse aces. Should have king queen, queen jack suited, king queen off.
Eska's been very snug on it.
He has been. And we're at the point now where he probably has seen some of the hands that Eska has shown up with, so perhaps might find himself a fold. This is a tough situation too, because I mean, look at the stacks. You've got 4 people sitting around 10 big blinds. You don't want to be the one that busts. These pay jumps are going to mean a lot for everyone, but especially when you saddle it in for $10, you'll happily, mitigate a bit of risk to potentially make another 17,000. All players here locked up 62,000, and he does find the call.
Let's go. Let's do it, right?
I think I only saw. You have to root.
You have to root for the satellite.
Oh yeah,
satellite winner. Classic coin flip.
An uninteresting flop. No help for ace queen. Ace on the turn though is big.
What a turn!
Needs to fade the 9 of clubs and the 9 of spades one time, and it's a 2-sider. It is not the 9 of spades. Joker makes a full house on the river, and we have a big double up. Eska crippled down to just a little less than an ante. I'm the boss showing quads. Could have called and gotten the double elimination. Maybe he should have. And dang, crazy finish there. Joker with the big double up, the $10 satellite winner, qualified through the $10 10-seat guarantee that GG ran. $10,000 seats, and all you had to do was invest $10. And here he is, sitting middle of the pack, almost 7 remain. As the two of the biggest stacks looking like they could be colliding here.
Yeah.
I think these situations are always interesting too, because it's not a dry side, but like it's in spots where somebody's always going to see your hand. It kind of does shift focus, where like people are more likely to fold when they always know you're going to see your hand. And
also they have to beat you have to beat the guy that's all in to win the pot if it's a dry side pot, right?
Yeah, but I think in this situation he only had 8,000 chips.
Yeah, interesting race. Because you kind of want to keep the other guy in and get a pay jump. But like 2 guys will beat 1 guy more often than one. So like when it's like a hand that's kind of weird to raise. But I'm not saying it. I'm be interested. See what
this is an interesting turn as well, because David Yan does pick up the flush draw, and just visiting picks up the top pair. Picks a middle of the road size, picks the half pot.
Yeah.
You know, the two flush draws. Okay. Queen of Hearts on the river. This could get uncomfortable here.
David bet the flop. He bet the flop, right?
He bet flop, bet turn. Yeah. This could get spicy because obviously David's not going to check. He just got there. He just made the flush on the river. No. What size does he pick? I think what's especially interesting about this is I don't think David's going to be betting half pot with a queen on the turn. I think David's going to be checking a lot of queens, so I don't think Just Visiting is going to be too worried about a queen on the river. I think he's going to think it's a better river.
King, he can bet king queen. He can bet king queen, but Just
he can bet some, but not very many.
Just Visiting is going to have a lot of ace highs. 1,050,000.
The big bet here on the river bets about 2/3 pot. You have to think Just Visiting is going to dive pretty deep into the tank. He's somebody that's going to be probably a bit more methodical. And he does find the fold.
Great fold.
Great fold. David Yan scoops a massive pot, eliminates Eska. GG to him. He's going to be going home in 8th place for $62,200. And now all players remaining here on the final table have locked up 79,000. Big ladder here for our satellite winner, Joker Laza. Big flip as well. Good game to Eska. I think that was his second Super Millions final table. And Papakadis we just saw in the chat in the background there said, thanks everyone for waiting. Looks like he's noted that perhaps was tuning in to the live stream. That's happened now on the live stream, the 30-minute delay, and is oh wow, you know, appreciative of what the other players are willing to do. There could be some fireworks here as well. I mean, David Yan could elect to 3-bet bluff and then save Tommaso too. Marcus sitting here with jacks. No, David Yan clicks the call. I think we're going to see an all-in here from small blind, and Marcus is going to call, and we're going to be off to the races.
Yeah, he's going to jam he's going to jam all day long.
Yeah. I don't think we're picking the non-all-in sizing here because we're not going to want to be 3-bet folding ace queen offsuit. If we're racing, we're racing. We can make some better hands like pocket 9s. I think even pocket 10s if you're Marcus is a pretty cagey spot.
And then you could 3-bet fold like ace 10 or something. Maybe.
Tommaso does elect for the 3-bet.
Quite interesting. Does it? One good thing though, again, is if it goes all in behind, he can get away.
Wow, Marcus gives big respect.
Pretty interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Wow.
Tommaso, I think the way he played that one just turned a potential flip for his tournament life into scooping a 3-bet pot. Wow. Big move there from Tommaso, takes the pot down. And now gets himself a little bit comfortable.
It's interesting.
Unexpected there. Takes it down. Huge.
It's gonna go raise and defend here, probably. Papadakis is the shortest. He's actually got underboss is quite close to him, so there's a little bit of pressure on him there.
Yeah. Could be an uncomfortable spot with ace king. I feel like after what we saw with the ace queen off, I don't know if we're going to see a jam here. Yeah, we do see the 3-bet.
Oh, sorry, raise. I didn't even see ace king. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we saw the overlay alert for the 250 main.
I know we could genuinely see David Yan. Depends how gangster he's feeling, but this is not a bad one to 4-bet.
No, he decided to be on his best behavior. Well, I mean, you don't always need an ace. You know, some players like Pro Beers, for example, tend to, you know.
I don't mind 4-betting the king 3 suited actually.
Yeah.
Not that.
The A Ponikovs of the world or the Pro Beers of the world, they don't need.
Well, Pro Beers, the king 6.
That was the quickest jam of all time with the queen 8 suited. I don't even think he had time. Like he was just like bang bang, move the slide wheel across. All in. Quick jam with the queen 8 suited, takes it down.
Very nice young.
No time to think about that. We've got queen 10 off. I'm pretty sure it's going to be all in. Marcus has got a very easy decision here with the pocket 10s as well. Looks like we're gonna have a 70-30 here. Papa could
Papa, he got the 7, hit 7. Can you do it again?
Oh, that's a big turn. He picks up the straight draw, kings, queens, and eights. That's plenty of outs. And it's not too many. He lasers the 8 on the river. Big one.
I mean, it's a small one for Mark, but yeah, that's a big river.
Yeah. I think if you're Marcus, those are the pots you don't mind losing. You're still chip lead. You're still sitting cozy. It's an unfortunate one, but yeah, it's a scratch to the overall. Maybe a slight flesh wound. David Yan going to be raised folding here. 7 players remain. This has been a hard-fought final table thus far. And you know what we're fighting hard for as well? Likes for this YouTube video. So if you guys want to please click the like button down below. I'd like to at least hit 100. Can we hit 100 likes, please? We're at 65.
How many are we up to? 65?
65. I want to see at least 100, guys, please.
On the message on my family.
Yeah, get the mum. I'm gonna take a moment here in a second. I'm gonna open the door. Hey, Ma, please like the video. I need help.
She'll like it. She'll like the video. I'll message her now.
I know you guys have probably done it already, but if you guys would like to share the stream as well with your parents, make sure they're watching as well. Make sure everyone's tuned in. Make sure the whole household's tuned in.
Can I shout out my mum? I shout out my mum as well. Shout out my mum.
Yeah. I'll yeah, of course you can.
Thanks, mate.
We're not monsters here, okay? We're gonna allow mother shout outs. Fun one here. Marcus opens the button, bets the flop. David with the call with the ace queen suited. What do you think about that pre-flop?
Yeah, I think it's fine. That's fine. You don't want to get it in. You keep all of Marcus's worst aces in. You have a nice suit then. Like you basically want to 3-bet ace. You want to jam ace king as David, and then you want to 3-bet like. I mean, you can even flat queens as crazy as that sounds as David Jan. So
we got just visiting here, sitting on the button with the ace queen. Finds the open. Tommaso sitting in the big blind here with king 9 off. He's been getting some 3-bets through. Do you think he feels a little bit spicier with the king 9 off?
I think he's just cool.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer a call. I think momentum-wise, maybe. No, does find the fold.
Yeah, that's a little bit tight, but also when he covers just visiting, so just visiting has to play tight at post flop. It's easier to play.
I think this might be trouble here for just visiting because I don't think I'm taking the David Yan 3-bet. I'm gonna give him respect, but I'm also giving him respect.
Oh no, this is going on the bluffs. Yeah. This is going on the back. Cards going on the backs. This is flying in.
You know, can he find a way to not get in the flip here? Perhaps call.
I think when you're out of position, I think you just want to jack. You have really good blockers too. So you're blocking queens, blocking ace king. Yeah,
he's all in. David with the snap.
When you get a snap called though, when you get snap called and he shows jacks, you're very, very happy.
Yeah, not the flop just visiting is looking for. No help on the turn. He needs just an ace or a queen on the river, and it's a 4-sider. It is not. It is the 10 of spades. I'm predicting it, and just visiting, unfortunately, came to this final table. One of the bigger stacks is going to be eliminated here in 7th place. $79,300 going to him. And you see just visiting there on the screen. Unfortunate. Good run for him. I imagine we'll see him again. This is one of the, I think his 2nd Super Millions result. Last time cashing for 69,000. I'm sure we'll be seeing that player again. Good game to him. As we're down to 6, our satellite winner has officially locked up over $100,000. This is huge. Joker Laza has turned $10 into over $100,000 via the GG Super Millions satellite. That's big. That's the storyline. I feel like if you're Joker Laza, you're coming to the final table. It's like, I want to make 6 figures. I think that would be my mantra going into it. He's done it. He's made over $100,000. All players locked up.
We're making dreams out here, Pat. We're filling dreams. I just called Daniel Day-Lewis in the chat. Jesus Christ. The gangs and new the butcher, like that guy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So look out. I have to go into makeup.
Yeah, the hair and makeup team might need to take care of you the next time around. I think you look gorgeous. You know, I'm gonna gas you up a bit. Interesting spot here. I'm the boss says bet the river here, David Yon with top pair. Min clicks him. I have never seen this before, and I really like it.
Like it. This is very,
and he
very
gets the call. Oh my god. Oh my god, David Yan. That was that was so impressive.
It's really good. It's very good.
You know, I'm the boss looking like he was trying to milk him for a bet. David with the Uno reversal card.
Once David Yan bet, or once the big line bet 10%, he's not going to bet a better hand than King 7 for 10% pot. Once David Yan checks the turn, anyway.
That's a spectacular hand history from David Yan. That's what we expected from him when we came to the final table, as he is cruising with the chip lead. Marcus in a comfortable second. This is a fun stack distribution. We've got an overwhelming chip lead, a pretty cozy, but you know, a second that is a bit vulnerable to the rest of the stacks. Tommaso with a slight lead as well, and then we've got 3 players sitting 15 big blinds, 16 big blinds or less. We could continue to see some fireworks. We've gotten over the jitters of the first couple eliminations. Usually when you get to around 4 to 6 players remaining, that's when you start to see a good amount more gambling. You know, players being a little bit more liberal. They've gotten their pay jumps, a little less pressure. And I mean, with a player of David Yan's caliber, probably going to be increasing the speed of this final table, applying a lot more pressure. An uncomfortable spot here, especially if it's a half pot with the King 10 off.
Yeah, it's tough.
Typically,
this is very tough.
An overcard with the backdoor straights as well. In a regular tournament format, you're always finding the call here, but I think on a final table, you see David correctly applying the pressure, takes the pot down. I just think he's just going to be, unless he loses a big all in here, he gets coolered, might just be running this one over. Another raise and take it by David. Now, if you're Marcus here, what are you thinking? I feel like this is a situation.
You just got to be a bit of a cheerleader for a little bit, and David Yan honestly knocks people out, kind of.
I find in these situations, when I'm in Marcus's situation in like a comfortable second, you're kind of just like, all right, well, I don't really need to do anything. I could just sit here. He can raise every pot. He can do whatever he wants. But I could just sit here and like, I'll just fold. You know, getting second.
That's what he can do. Yeah, he can do that. He can do that.
I mean, you want to be playing for the win, right? You know, you always want to be playing for first prize, but you know, primary purpose of playing poker.
It depends on the payouts. On the payouts. If it's very top heavy, then you can't just let David Yan run over, because by the time he gets a heads up, he's gonna have 2 million. You're gonna have 200,000. So, but if the pay jumps are small, if the pay jump is quite big and like it's not very top, all the money isn't at the top, then you just want to be a cheerleader and let him sit back and let him knock people out.
Yeah, we got David continuing to cruise here on cruise control.
So it depends a lot as well, by the way, on the short stacks that are in. If the short stacks that are in aren't like kind of tight, then you're not going to get the pay jump. Like, you're not going to get the same pay jumps, you know. If they're really crazy, then you want to be really tight and let them go all in and give you pay jumps, kind of.
Marcus getting a walk. I think that's probably the first walk of this final table.
Did David Yan fold pre-flop? What did he fold?
Yeah, I think he folded he had like 7 deuce off or something.
All right, just takes one hand off. Takes hand off.
Well, I think you got to, in these situations, you got to fold like 1 or 2 hands. Let them know. Yeah, I'm not opening everything. I'm just getting some good cards, you know.
Yeah, it's like when in live poker they show an ace, you know, and they raise every single hand.
I love doing that. I just came back.
I'll just be back in 2 minutes. Okay.
I can take over. Yeah, absolutely. I'm watching. I'm gonna watch you leave as well. Okay, never mind. You turned off the webcam as we hold the fort here as the big dog. I believe probably just needed a quick moment. Papa Cadis with the raise and take it. Don't worry, guys. He will be back. the Patrick duo will continue. Let's check out what's going on in the chat here. Oh, as David confirms queen 4 off. Are you guys enjoying the show? Who you guys think is going to take this one down? Do you think anyone's going to take this from David? Do we think Joker, Laza with a Cinderella story? I think could find there it is. Could find an opportunity to start spinning up here. He's got pocket aces. He's got 11 big blinds. It's going to be tough to get a lot of money out of Jack 7 offsuit though, especially when you go all in. Don't think David's going to be finding the call here. Takes it down. Big timing there for the aces. And I think those are always important pots. I mean, you take down the pot, pick up like 4 or 5 big blinds. Pretty significant increase to an 11 big blind stack. And in these situations, you kind of just want to pick up a pot every so often, maintain stack, just chip up a little bit. Just hope for some sort of collision. Hope that one of the other stacks just collide with David or collide with Marcus and get eliminated. You know, 6-handed, playing for 341,000. Every pay jump matters, especially in these super million $10,000 buy-ins. That's what makes these things so exciting. That's what makes this tournament so exciting. Is every hand is worth thousands, and at this point, every hand could be worth almost 10,000 minimum. Let's hear in the chat. We got any? Got any? I'm the boss. How many Brazilians in the chat are rooting for the lone Brazilian final tableist? Typically in these super million final tables, you get your Pabritzes, you get your Daltons. We don't have them this time around. Just the lone Brazilian, but we still do have the Brazilian contingency. Oh, well, if you're rooting for I'm the boss, if you're rooting for the Brazilian player, you're gonna need to root extra hard here. We're gonna need some help as he is running Jack 10 suited up against the pocket queens. He's got a gut shot. He's got a backdoor flush draw. He's got a double gutter, but he does have pocket queens, so he needs to find one of the 6 remaining cards, and he does not. I bring up the Brazilian player, and he gets eliminated immediately. Out in 6th place. Going to cash for 101,000. Good result for him. You know, prior Super
Definitely
Millions.
definitely a fine jam too. Nice. Good jam.
Yeah, unfortunate. You know, it's one of those things in poker too. Someone's going to lose. You're gonna every time you play a tournament, you're going to lose. It's just a matter of how. All you can do is make the best possible decision. All players now locking up 129,000 as well. Joker Laza picking up another ladder. This is very, very good to see. Very great to see as the $10 satellite winner.
Absolutely loving it.
He's just fucking. How big of a smile do you think he has right now? Do you think it's like almost like Joker big, like the Joker from Batman, just like already up to here?
I'm sure. He's a happy man. He's a happy man right now.
Like we could probably ask him how he got those scars at this point with how big his smile is.
We're gonna get a David Yan versus Joker heads up. I can feel it.
That would be the dream. I think that would be a true David versus Goliath. Ooh, no. Oh no, he's jammed ace 10 and David Yan's woken up with aces in the big blind.
We need to maybe not heads up.
Oh, this is gonna be a tough one.
Come on, Pat. Get your energy going.
We need some Joker Laza hope here. Everyone, we need some pray emojis in the chat. Everyone, channel your energy. Ace 10 suited up against the pocket aces. We need some straights. We need some flushes. There it is. Flush draw on the flop. Any 10 or heart.
10 or heart. Come on, Joker.
Oh, you hate to see it. It's a blue card. It's not what he needed. He had the hope. It was a sweat. Joker made the run that every player dreams of, turning $10 into 129,000. Good game to him. Quite the showing.
He played very well as well. I think he played good.
Yeah. I think overall it was just making good decisions. Played great.
Yeah, he played really good, and then just very unlucky then.
Oh, unfortunate, but great result. I think when you make it into these final tables too, I think finishing like 4th or 5th is always just like a happy result. You're not upset.
Especially
you're
when
not
you're
super
especially
excited.
when you buy him for $10 as well. Yeah. When you win for $10, definitely a happy result.
Yeah, I think 4th or 5th usually feels emotionally better than like 3rd. I think third it's like, you're 3 left, you have a chance to win. You're like, dang, I was really close to winning. Ooh, this could be fun too.
You get like the 200K makes it feel a bit better.
It'll ice it a bit. This could be fun. I feel like Tommaso's all in with the ace 4 suited. I feel like Papadakis might be the type of player that will gamble it up here and find the call with the king queen suited. It's not an easy decision. You know, you are the shortest stack. Everyone's got a decent amount of chips. What do you think about calling with king queen suited?
So I think like this small blind range is going to be a lot of offsuit ace x, but king queens are cool. King queen just calls, I think.
Yeah, and we're off to the races. A massive flip, and it's a strong start for Tommaso.
That as Papa.
4 outs remaining to the river. Needs a 10 and a 10 only, and it's not going to do it. We have another quick elimination. Papadakis eliminated.
We waited like 2 hours for the first guy to go. Nice, every hand. There's action every hand.
Yeah, I know. Good game going home in
fourth
place.
That's a tough spot. I know it's not. I think king queen suited is just a call. Also, you're by far the shortest stack. He's obviously never jamming hands that dominate you. It's going to be a lot of offsuit ace x, but there's going to be queen jack suited, king 10 suited. Like I think you just call those with king queen.
Yeah, $210,000. We'll round up. We'll round up the extra $64 guaranteed to the final 3 players. Papadakis going home in 4th place for $164,600. And now we have a fun little 3-handed battle.
There's also not much. There's very little ICM on him there, so he's by far like the shortest stack. So he kind of needs to gamble, you know.
Yeah.
Can we get Joke on a call now?
Yeah, I think it'd be fun if we would be able to get him in here. Get a little post game interview. That's
I'd love to talk to Joe. I'd love to talk to Joe.
Yeah, that would be a good person just to hear his thoughts. You know, what do you think of the $10 satellites? Are you gonna play anymore? I'm sure you will. Do you think I feel like with a run like this, it could go either way. He could either start direct buying into this, or maybe he just jumps back in. He stays humble, keeps playing the smaller buy-ins.
I mean, he could just buy out. He could just buy out. You know, so life changing. It's life changing money.
Yeah, it really is. When what is that? A strong 1,000x, 10,000x? Yeah, I think it's 10,000, over 10,000x.
Yeah, what Neil said in the chat, when you're like, ICM matters when there's stacks shorter than you, because if you bust, you're giving them pay jumps that you should have because they should bust before you, if that makes sense. I'm not sure it does. I tried. That's the best I got, Pat. So
that's good. No, I this is why I pay you for. You're the one that tells me what I'm supposed to do.
I'm not getting I'm getting paid.
Well, I pay you to coach me personally.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I think my company should be enough, but I understand. You're a busy guy. I gotta pay for your time as well.
Yeah, we'll talk about the money. We'll talk about the money after, mate.
Yeah. Marcus, given the gears here, all in with the ace 3, taking the pot down. Marcus and Tommaso pretty similarly stacked. David Jan with a pretty comfy chip lead. I think especially when players are sitting over 30 big blinds deep, there's a good amount of playroom, a lot of time for them to do, they're able to make moves. They're able to make.
Yeah, there's also a lot less ICM when they're over 30, when they're over, because there's less collision, less if you people are going to go all in a lot less when they're 30 big blind average. So there's less ICM. You play more closer to TPV.
Mm-hmm. We are going to be seeing probably a lot more exciting post-flop action as well. Now Tommaso isn't as handcuffed as he was prior, so now he's going to be able to probably make some lighter pre-flop defends as well as lighter post-flop calls. Marcus is an experienced poker player. He's been playing for a while, and he's been playing some of the highest stakes games for a long period of time. I think David Jan and him both pretty experienced.
Yeah. 2 season bets.
Yeah, right off the rip. Applies the pressure, big bet, and gets the second pair to fold.
Really, yeah, really. No, I like that. I really like that hands from David Young. You got two backdoor straight draws. You have a heart in your hand. I think it's really. Also, you get Queen Jack to fold the flop. I think it's a really good bet from David Young. Put the pressure on.
Yeah, a lot of turns that he's going to be able to continue on. Marcus saw that. Might have had
you
the
really
best
want
hand.
to you really want to bet big when you have King 10, aces and stuff. So that's a good hand to fit in there.
David Yan just playing some clean poker here on this final table, looking to potentially cruise to a W. But it's not over yet. Players can go on runs. The beauty of poker is anyone can win at any given moment. All it takes is a couple coolers, a couple well-played hands, perhaps a brain fart from an opponent. Guys, I have to say it right now. We are at 99 likes. Come on, let's get over 100.
I'm messing.
Yeah. Message brothers and sisters now, guys. Come on. Let's get this video over 100 likes. I know we got it in us here.
That's a good river for see.
Yeah.
What sizing would you bet here, Pat? Would you like? How big would you go?
I think especially with the Jack of Diamonds, you're probably going to want to pick I think it's I think David's still going to have a lot of aces, so I'd probably pick a bigger size. I don't expect David to have too many two pairs. He's probably not going to have very many flushes or sets when he bets and then checks turn. I think if our bluffs are going to want to apply pressure, if we've got a deuce or a three, it doesn't always win. So turning those into a bluff seems close.
Yeah, I think like when you unblock an ace, you want to bet big with Jack. Also, you block like David Yan, River in Bennett. He's mostly just going to river better hands on the 9, like pocket 9s, ace 9. So when you block that, you can go bigger for sure. 127 likes, mate.
Yeah, no, we're at 131 now. We were at 99, and then I asked for 1, and I got 40. You'll love to hear it, guys. You'll love to see it.
Oh, buzzing.
The stream showing up. Guys, I can keep my job now. We got over 100. That was the benchmark. We're safe. Marcus with the Queen 10, probably going to be with an open. What do you think here with Jack 10 suited for David? 40 effective with both players.
He's probably going to go all in very often here. Do
you think any spike calls could happen from Marcus? Just like, you know what, miss bang.
No, with Queen 10 obviously. Yeah, David Yan's this is not David Yan's first rodeo. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, it seems
You're getting love from the chat. You're getting love from the chat, Pat.
Thank you, Amin. Because we love you. Love to see it. Nathaniel in the chat. Love to see you out here as well. We'll have you working later tonight. That sounded deeper than it was, because I'm streaming after this. He's my number one mod.
We're going to see a check raise. Okay, no check raise. I was going to say very nice hand to check raise this Prince, but a big bet from David Yan. Very interesting on that board. Not the one I want to use.
It's going to be fun. I mean, we got King Jack suited versus the Pocky 8s. Ooh, and he picks a very, very large isolation size. And it's now a situation where King Jack suited doesn't necessarily want a limp call, and it is a hand that could just stick it in his eye.
Yeah, it's when you jam though, it's understandable.
It's off to the races. And he needs a king or jack running spades. No running straights or running flushes. Just needs the pure king or jack. And it's not going to come. Marcus Prince.
One of the nicest guys in poker. Very good friend of mine. GG.
Played well. Unfortunately, loses the flip. There's our photo.
He played two hands all lefty. One of them was aces. But
one of them was aces.
Very, very good player. Very good guy.
Going home, third place, 210,000. And we are heads up. David Yan with a little over 3-1 chip lead. David has just been cruising. He's won the all-ins when he needed to.
You called it from the start, Pat.
Yeah, this is my guy. I mean, I feel like you need to be rooting for Tommaso here. Otherwise, you owe me $100 because
it's really tough with that King Jack suited as Marcus Prince. But I think out of position is tough and versus 5x, but like you're never gonna get better hands to folds because he's never gonna raise ace deuce. So I think mostly you call king jack suited versus 5x, but I could be wrong. Maybe you don't call anything, you just jam only. I could be wrong. One thing is like king jack suited is never dominated versus 5x more than likely, but yeah, that's just a tough spot. That's why I like that's why David Jan's one of the best. Just puts people in tough spots.
It was also that was like an instant 5x. Like he made it 5 big blinds. He made it 500,000 like instantly. Like a lot of
it kind of makes sense. It makes sense with like hands like 9s and 8s because you don't want to go post flop or like you don't mind getting maybe you get jack 10 to fold, but also hands like king jack, hands like pocket fours, you force them to go all in pre-flop more, you know? So your pocket 9s really wants pocket 5s to jam, so you choose as large size as possible. And then obviously you can choose some bluffs that can go 5x as well. It's like you're trying to force them to jam rather than call with hands that want to just get it in pre-flop.
As the blinds have gone up just recently, Tommaso sitting a little over 30 big blinds. Things are at the end game. No more ICM to worry about. Just playing for the raw win. David Jan with a Super Millions title to his name already. Many Super Million final tables.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble here. We're gonna have to do some heads up analysis, mate. We're in trouble here.
Yeah, this is unfamiliar territory for us. Well, actually, it's not for me, but I'm not all my big final table spots. I'm a serial second placer. So, you know, I got second in the $100 or $150 Super Million or GG Masters. Second in the 1K GG Masters. My big live score, I got second.
Yeah, heads up, expert.
Yeah, just an overall heads up crusher, especially when the chips are down and the money's worth the most.
Yeah, that's when you just crumble. That's when you just crumble. That's it.
Yeah, just
that's when it all falls apart.
That just reminded me of a story of my buddy. He got 3-handed in a live like 215, basically Sunday Million sized tournament, you know, global million sized tournament, and busts out, gets third. And the lady that got heads up against another friend of mine just said, you know what, I'm cool with second, and just started folding pre-flop, just open folding pre-flop, and just decided I'm just going to take second. Didn't play for first.
And
Heads up. Didn't decide just to start open jamming or anything. Just said, you know, I'm cool with fold. And then eventually when she got like down to like 10 bigs, she started open ripping. And then buddy calls wins, and that was it.
Why'd they just chop?
I don't think they were ever going to chop. But yeah, she just decided, you know,
I got a bit distracted. I missed the start of that. So.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's just my friend busted in third and then watched.
I fell asleep there. Sorry, Pat. I don't know.
You know. Someone in the chat at least confirmed that they listened to my story. Maybe they enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy it, could you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as well leave a like. We did have, if you guys are just tuning in, we are heads up David Jan versus Tommaso, playing for 341,000. We had our $10 satellite winner finishing in 5th place for 129,000. Good score for him. You know, qualifies for $10 into a $10,000 buy-in. Not only does he cash it, he makes the final table and gets over 6 figures.
Yeah, shout out, Joker.
Joker Laza with the money result. This could be interesting.
This could go limp raise jam. Could go limp raise 3-bet, but could go limp raise call too. I think this is going to go limp raise jam versus 4x. This could be it, Pat. This could be it.
Yeah. David Yan hasn't.
Yeah, if anyone knows Joker, well, maybe the street, maybe. Okay, so if anyone knows Joker.
Fun one.
No, please don't repeat the story, Pat. Please.
So let me tell you. So my buddy was 3-handed.
We're gonna lose all our likes. We're gonna lose all our streams.
Oh no, we've just gone from 141 to 140 likes. All right, I'll stop. David Yan with the bet. No surprise, ace-4 folds.
David, yeah, interesting. Very interesting flop. Very dynamic flop.
Mm-hmm.
David Yan could jam. He could bet. He could do anything.
A lot of things could be done here. Both players flopping an 8. David with the better kicker. It's kind of close. Does elect to bet, and I don't think Tommaso with the backdoor flush draw as well is going to be finding any folds anytime soon.
You might not bet everything here because you can check like jacks and tens, but if you're going to bet an 8, you want to bet the best 8, obviously. So I can get called by worse. Now he's going to check it pretty clearly. I could be wrong.
Ooh, fun river. I feel like if you're David,
jam,
I
said you could jam the flop with the king queen suited. Sorry, Pat.
Yeah, you might not find too many kings or queens checking this turn. So if you're Tommaso, you might feel a little bit more comfortable with the 8. He does bet. David snaps, and David elongates the lead.
What happened there? He didn't bet the river.
I bet about a third pot. David called.
It's a bit big. It's too big. A little bit too big.
Yeah. Oh, I think he bet a quarter. He bet a quarter. Okay, now the pot was 750. He bet 170. Targeting the ace size.
It's okay. Maybe it's okay. He's gonna check jack 10s and 9s on the flop. You can basically just have like a queen, but you can have some bluffs. I don't mind it.
Could be seeing Tommaso just going all in here.
I think David Yam's limp calling this pre-flop.
Versus a raise, but yeah, I'm pretty sure ace 8 off.
No, versus jam. I think he might call this versus jam. No, yeah. Good read, Brooks.
Yeah, I feel like David Yan probably won't be. I mean, you kind of just give your opponent an opportunity to, come back into the game.
All that matters is just winning the heads up to like your win percentage is just the only thing that matters when your heads up in LTTs. How often you win it. Yeah, this is something you see in heads up. This is something you see in heads up. So it goes, yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't. I feel like 5s just has to be sticking it in here.
Yeah, for sure.
Sticking the call button.
And also, when you do get folds, there's so much dead money in there. There's 6 big blinds, isn't there? Or 5 big blinds.
This could be game. No, I think if David would have raised, it could have been. But when he finds the limp, I mean, Jack 10 suited. Yeah, it won't be jamming on a limp. It's a bit too pretty of a hand just to immediately stick all the money in the middle. Heads up, that is.
Yeah, you could 3-bet jam it, but you probably choose more Jack 8 suited, like worst.
Well, I think at this stack depth you won't have too many jams. It'll be. Like,
this is going to be a check raise for Thomas, and this is going to be probably continue for definitely continue heads up.
Yeah, no club, no spade in your hand. Unblock a lot of the backdoor straight draw 8x combos.
It's annoying though because you're like dead to value pretty much. You're doing very, very badly versus value. And also, like if it comes an ace, there's not much implied odds. The king's not going to put much money in, so it's not great on the flop.
Tommaso does not elect to continue on the turn, and David
that makes sense.
Charging the price for a lot of these hands that have check raised and have given up. Sort of just cage these sort of hands where you're betting a price where they could theoretically call, but a lot of the time are just going to check fold.
Well, yeah, when Tommaso check raises a flop, he's saying he has like something really good or nothing. So David is just trying to make sure he folds out the nothing part. Like you don't want to check and let Jack 10 hit a pair and win the pot. We're seeing some poker.
Tomas is given the gears, the double check raise.
It's a poker. Yeah.
We're playing some poker here. The Super Millions heads up. He's not laying down $267,000 locked up. Still playing for the first prize, the border, the Super Millions leaderboard points.
I'm surprised they folded so quickly there on the turn. It's a great check raise for the big blinds. Great.
I don't even know if David Jan's dipped into the time bank at all.
So I think we're going to see a big bet from Thomas. Okay, goes close to the pot.
Yeah, tough spot with 4s. It does just fold. Wow, what a soul read!
That's the best fold I've ever seen in my life.
It's folds like that too.
Okay, right. So I mean, like, but you're blocking like 4-5, but like the ranges are so. But that's it. That's the best fold I've ever seen. Like, actually, that's amazing fold.
It was just so quick too.
Wait, it's David Yans like it's like which top? I don't know. How did he fold?
I don't know. I don't know how he does it. Very impressive. That's what happens when you have the best of the best playing and you get cards up. You get wowed.
So David, I think he's definitely gonna bet. Oh, okay, checks the turn.
Wow.
Interesting check.
Checks back flop, checks back turn.
If he checks back river, he's disconnected on sit out. Yeah, it's gonna be a block, and I think David should raise a river.
Yeah. Yeah, if I'm Tommaso, I'm not expecting to see a 7 here. I'm expecting sometimes a 5, and those don't raise river. So when I get raised here, I mean, alarm bells are ringing, but it's also just like I don't get what value you have here.
Kind of what bluffs as well, though. What bluffs? Because like a lot of bluffs are going to bet the flop on the turn, but obviously David Yan's like very tough, so that's maybe not true for David Yan. But whenever people check twice and then they like put an aggressive action in, it's generally probably quite strong because like hands that need to bluff have taken aggressive action for the river.
Yeah, and I think people also like to tell credible stories, right? No one likes to tell bad stories. And when you check back twice and then raise river, people instinctively
because Pat's sitting there. Oh, it does make sense. That's cool. And that's why people don't like to bluff like that.
Tommaso picking up a piece here on the turn. Not the part that he wanted. Still behind the queen 4, 3 flush on the turn, 4 straight.
Maybe we see a bet.
Scary board.
You probably need like queen of spades 4 to bet as David Yan, but not an insane. Wouldn't be an insane bet on the turn. The big blind has 4x, 3x, 2x, and now he's going to value bet the river. I'm fairly sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one, but still seems like a cool spot to be betting for value. You get 4x, you get 3x to call. You'd expect flushes or straights or an ace to have shown up prior.
Yeah,
tough spot here for Tommaso.
Also, he's checked the big blind, so he has all the 2x, 3x, and your kicker plays on the 4. So
in the blender is Tommaso. In the tank, sitting here with the worst of it. We do know he has the ability to give the gears, throw a little bluff.
I mean, we're never going to see a check raise here. Bluff catches. That's understandable.
Unfortunate. Does pay off David's bet. David elongates the chip lead.
A 3-minute delay, Nick. So it's not live. It's not happening right now.
Yeah. Yeah, for Nick.
Game integrity.
Yeah. 30-minute delay. This is we are watching cards up from a hand that's happened in the past. And David, focusing on this hand, is out-kicked and needs help. He needs an ace or a queen on this river. Interesting turn size here from Tommaso to pick this. You feel like his
he's basically trying to put bigger. Well, he's trying to put like ace highs and king highs in a tricky decision. When he blocks a 9, it's hard for the big blind to have a 9. So
now does he go for value on the river?
I think you have to, for sure, with the kicker.
Yeah.
A jack can check raise the turn potentially versus smaller sizing.
Also,
he's gonna like it's heads up. There's so many bluffs here. Okay, Thomas. Very nice value bet from Thomas.
David Yan just dialed in. Quick fold.
Queen's not a petit. Like blockers are not as important heads up, but queens with a queen kicker. Although he can value bet queen. The big blind can have queen 9 too. So yeah, mate, who am I to question David Yan? I've not cashed this tournament for about 6 months. Have you cashed it? You never final tabled this, Pat, right?
No, I've played it once, and I remember that was the Leonard, or that Patrick Leonard like queens, and like I bet called like some like weird hand versus him.
Yeah, that was a bit of a blow up. That's a bit of a blow up.
Yeah,
I think I made it twice.
One of the better Patricks. One of the better Patricks out geared me. Fun river here. 9-7. Rivering 2-pair. Tommaso rivering the straight. Tommaso getting a bit of heat here. Picks up a small bet from David on the river. Don't call it a comeback, as we have him just under a 3-1 chip deficit. David Jan still with the lead. Blinds are about to go up as well, I believe, to 140,000 big blind next hand.
It's not flexing this if I don't cash it, is it? I'm just losing 10K every week. It's not that big of a not that big of an achievement.
Sometimes 20K when we get the re-entry in. If it's overlaying, then you got a max lay reg as well, and those don't always work out.
Oh yeah, wait, 100. It could definitely be 20K. Don't worry about that. Mm-hmm. All right, so this is gonna go. I think Thomas wants check probably.
I think these stronger aces are probably going to be ISOs. I think ace 4, ace 3, ace 2 are going to be more checks. Like
yeah,
a7, a7 and above.
You dominate like 7-8, like 7-6 stuff.
Not too shabby of a flop for the 10-9. I think ace 7 probably still continues here. I imagine either going half or like a quarter here. That's in between. Bet's a third. This is a tricky spot for a7. You unblock a lot of the draws, and there's a lot of draws that David Young can have.
You just want to check. You just want to check when you fold here. I think. You're not really betting like you're betting calling. Kind of. What's like the worst hand you bet on the turn? It's a big blind, like maybe an 8, like ace 8. So you're not betting the turn that much, and you have so much equity here. You don't need to pick a7. You can pick like Jack 9, Jack 7, whatever.
Fun sizing here, David. Betting half pot, applying the pressure in a7. To be honest, for me, I don't mind calling here with a7 because you unblock all the straight draws, all the flush draws. I mean, I don't think David's going to be betting too many king highs, but he'll still be betting
very good fold by very good fold by. So. Yeah, but like you're gonna have the best hand sometimes, but the hand doesn't end on the turn. Right, you still got to play river.
Taking a look here at the payouts as we are heads up. We had Marcus Brins getting third place. Joker Laza, that was the story of the final table, finishing 5th for 129,000. Roger unfortunately came to the final table, chip lead, finished 9th for 48,800. A lot of battling throughout this final table. All top 6 players locking up 100,000. Still playing for 341,000. Both players heads up here locked up 267,000. Playing for a lot of money here in these Super Millions. We always do. $10,000 buy-in, over $1 million guarantee. Every Sunday. And guys, there is no excuse now to not attempt to satellite into these. We have the $10 10-seat guarantee satellite. That was what Joker Laza finishing in 5th place did. He satellited in cash for 129,000. The dream. There's no excuse now. We want to see all of you guys fighting here. I want to see someone in the YouTube chat this week satellite in for next week's Super Millions.
Next week, I want to see you in it as well, Pat. I want to see you in that 10K.
Bit tougher from Ontario. Can't really.
We all want to see you in that 10K.
I imagine you and the rest are just. Yeah, I imagine everyone will be enjoying seeing me at the tables. Everyone's like, "Oh, let's use some emojis. Make sure
we're super friendly.
6 rounds.
We're super friendly. We're super friendly, mate. We always want Egyptian around."
Is the $10 going to be weekly? I thought it was a one-time event. Maybe if I keep saying it, it'll become a weekly thing. I'm not sure. I was kind of hoping it was. I might be speaking unofficially. Maybe we bring it back.
You the shot caller. You're the shot caller, Pat.
You know what? I'm actually, I'm the next Super Millions coverage. There's There's like the Iron Mario or the Metal Mario versions of like Bean Eggs and Elky sticking it out there. There's going to be Metal Egyptian showing up next time. The old Super Smash Brothers character. Was he called Metal Mario? Or what is it? Iron Mario?
Wait, do you mean like the Mario and Luigi Super Mario?
Well, from like Super Smash Bros. Melee. It's like Iron Mario or something. I can't remember.
I thought it was another story. Sorry, but I switched off.
David Yan isolating the ace 8 suited.
I mean, this A7 off's in a tough spot.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if he jammed, and he does. And I don't think David John's going to fold. We're off to the races. There's opportunities to chop.
This could be it.
This could be it. No, it's not. Not just yet. 7 on the flop. David Yan needs an 8. Otherwise, Tommaso with a massive double up. It's picture.
Oh, it's a double up. It's a double up, baby.
8s aren't pictures.
Let's go.
Bang. Tommaso makes it a game here. Making it a game up to 6 million. David with 10.5 hits the few emoji. I don't think there's a more appropriate time to use it than that.
It's a tough spot with the A7 off there, because when you're kind of bluffing. You're never getting better hands to fold. If you have like ace deuce, you have worse playability. Maybe you limp jam that. I wouldn't mind limp calling that A7 off there as the button, but.
Also continuing the heat. He did flop top 2, got counterfeited on the turn, but he still has the best hand versus David. Tommaso is picking up some heat. He's in cruise control right now. Picks up another pot. He's up to 6.5 million.
We got a game. We got a game on our hands, Pat.
We got a lot of big blinds in play too. There are a lot of blinds in play. A lot of poker available here. Over 100 big blinds in play. You know, there's David Young's had a couple opportunities now to wrap this one up. He's unsuccessful. A lot of things have gone David's final table started losing pocket 9s versus pocket 7s, but ever since then it's just been straight cruise control. Just winning pot after pot, winning all in after all in. But is facing resistance here at the final hurdle.
David Yang claws 1 back.
Yeah. Potentially could be a momentum pot.
You
know, could we see a momentum shove here from David Yan? Probably not. I don't think it's.
We're going to see a bet from David Yan and a big bet. Yeah. Nice hand to bluff the flop with.
Mm-hmm. Fun times here. I feel like my spidey senses. Oh yeah, I mean we skip breaks, but I feel like it does sort of feel like.
Do we get a break? Do we get a break in this?
No, we don't. We skip the breaks here at the Superman.
All right.
Non-stop, continuous action. You had your 2-minute break.
Yeah, but I need I've drank about 4 Powerades and like go straight through me, mate.
I know this is your first big commentary gig. You get the iron bladder over. You get your iron bladder over time, you know.
Well, this is the first one you've done, mate. This is your first one too.
No, this is my third. This is my third. I did once with Kay. I went to once with Kevin, once with Jeffy, and now once with the Brooks. Actually, Jeremy with some interesting comments in the chat. Papagadis, who just made the final table, I think busted in 7th place. Apparently is playing 501k on GG with Makita and Marcos. So spinning up
the whole 80k.
Yeah, it's taking the full.
You got to respect. You got to respect. Like you, Jesus Christ, you got to respect that.
Putting it all on the line. I mean, ooh, this is a fun flop.
Interesting board. So this is gonna connect pretty well with Tommaso. He didn't go in, but
yeah, David with the turn. Very quick check. David really just
they're playing super quick. Yeah.
I think if you're Tommaso, you probably do want to be betting.
You probably would have got a bigger size on the turn with Queen Jack though.
Oh my goodness. queen on the river. David
a river.
spikes it, and he just dog jams. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just immediately blenders. He just rivers top 2, and you're thinking, oh man, this river kind of sucks.
Is this it?
I don't know. I think we're gonna see a good long tank here. I think I would spend a lot of time thinking about this one. I would probably use about 2 minutes. So I think we have a lot of time to talk about this. I mean, in this situation, David's kind of telling him. David's kind of telling him he has, because I don't think David bets flop checks turn with king 9. So he's kind of just telling him, hey, I have ace king here. That's all.
It's very tough. So if you think about what kind of hands that David Young can bluff it, he bets small on the flop. He raised 4x 3 flop, small flop check turn. We're going to look at a bluff of range of like 5x of spades. Potentially something like 8-7, ace 8. I can see that for sure. King 8. Ace 8's going to raise pre-flop. King's going to raise pre-flop. 5x. 8-7 off's not going to raise too much. He's going to have all the ace kings as plates, I think, in this line. It's a lot of combos. He could also have a bunch of like 8, 9, 10. I think like it is a pretty tough bluff catch.
Oh, and Tommaso with the big fold. I mean, David was giving him some emojis as well, hitting him with the hello, trying to show some confidence there. Wow, that is a blender spot for Tommaso. David with a massive queen on the river picks up that pot. Yeah.
I think on the turn there too. I think on the turn, like it's important to bet big on the turn than with Queen Jack. Like there's so many hands David has like ace king that are going to call versus bigger size-ins. Like you need to charge a lot of hands there.
Jeremy
also,
in the chat.
David, he's going to bet most better hands than Queen Jack too. He's going to bet queens on the turn. So Queen Jack's pretty good there.
I say Jeremy in the chat with a comment. Nothing makes Pat smile more than a well-timed emoji. I have been a fan of the GG features since day one. I've been playing GGPoker for a very long time, basically since the inception of the GGPoker skin. And yeah, I've been a big fan of the emojis. If you guys aren't already playing on here, make yourselves an account. The world's #1 poker site. You know what else is #1? You chat. You guys are #1. So if you guys are enjoying the content, if you guys are enjoying this final table coverage, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the videos. Well, we're at 150. Can we get to 200? Can we get to 200 likes? This is the penultimate. This is the finale here. Heads up, playing for hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you guys are enjoying the content, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. This is a regular weekly event. I'm not here weekly.
You're professional, but mate.
Thanks. I'm trying.
You need a pay rise. You need a promotion, mate.
I appreciate you saying that. You said it for me. Hopefully it's just put into the ether now. We've got David out flopping the ace 9. Continues to have the best hand. I don't think ace 9 is going to turn itself into a bluff either. So David should be finding the win here.
Very nice value bet from David.
Yeah, I feel like the way David's playing, he's 100. I know this timing. He's playing on a tablet right now.
Which Patrick, Joseph? 2 Patricks, and then I guess it's Egyptian. Yeah. I'm the second most. I'm not even the second most well-known Patrick.
It's a tough world, and there's a lot of relevant Patricks. Like,
mate, it's a crowded market. It's a crowded market.
Yeah, I mean. When we're competing with Patrick Antonius too, it's tough. Like right off the rip, it's just already like, man, I gotta compete with that. Oh, David with the gears here. What is that? A 7x? Like I think he's on his phone and he's just doing this. He's just doing that. I think he's just scrolling. That feels good. Done. Yasip, I gotta scroll up to see if I can find your question there.
I'm sure David Young's not just making it up because he knows it alone. He knows what he's doing.
Yasip was asking, who's the toughest player I've encountered at the table? Somebody that grinds my gears the most. I don't know. It's a tough question. I think since I haven't been playing global pool, there's no one off the top of my head. I mean, anyone that's a truly elite player is going to be tough and frustrate me. You know, normally I would say Big Dog could be a problem for me, but I have Sunran versus him so much that it's just so hard for him to put me in a spot because I always just have it. You know. You got anyone that just off the top of your head that just frustrates you to the point where
but yeah, Pablo Silva.
Yeah.
He's got my number on speed though, literally. Favorites.
And Jason says Lena 900's got to be up there. I mean, Lena did almost end my career after he like busted me and just took all my chips in the WSPC main. I proceeded to go on like the biggest career downswing of my life for over a year. Like the man actually almost ended my career. I was down bad after that WSOP 9th place. I came to that final table like I had a major final table in the Venom, major final table in the Battle of Malta main. This is my third opportunity for over 7.
It sounds like a movie. Mate, this sounds like a movie.
Yeah, and I was just like, here we go. This is going to be it. This is a movie. I've had 2 opportunities. I got 7th and I got 8th. This is going to be the one. And boy, did we really show that one up with a nice solid 9th place.
And then like 2 minutes. 2 minutes later, you're drinking in the street, you know?
Yeah, Marvin's Room's on repeat. I think after that one, after I busted, I turned off the stream and I just sat on the couch for 15 minutes with my head in my hands like this. Just like, oh my god. That one hit me.
How did it get you?
I peeled a pre-flop that maybe I shouldn't have. And then I peeled ace queen suited versus open and just like flop top pair. He turns it straight, call fold, and then he jammed button. I had ace 7 off versus ace deuce, and then he had hit the deuce on the flop, and I went home in 9th place.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's I think the best part about it was like the next day, Lena's a grinder. Of course, he's going to show up the next Sunday. I show up next Sunday. You know, final table's on Saturday. We play Sunday. And I get into a pot versus Lena where he opens button, I 3-bet jam, and he folds. And then Lena never emojis on tables, especially when he's got a bunch of tables.
Lena's just silent. Lena's just a
silent killer, just gets things done. Not only did he folds face up and shows ace deuce off, and then he hits me with a ha emoji. And I was just like, oh no.
Tormenting, torturing.
Yeah, it's just like it's literally not even been 24 hours since he ended my career. And he just windmills over the ace deuce, hits me with a haha emoji.
Lena's just he's just a bogey man. He's just a boogeyman.
Yeah.
That's what he is. Very tough man to beat.
I think at Vegas too. I think it was Vegas that summer.
How much has Lena done to you, Pat? What has he done?
Yeah, the following Vegas, he I got into him, I sat beside him and I joked with him, and it's like, yeah, he basically ended my career, man. Like everything's been downhill since that final.
Then he stole your girlfriend in Vegas.
Yeah.
Takes everything.
Killed my dog. Everything. Yeah. But let's get back to this final table. We've got David Yon here with the king high flush, pocket nines. Flopping a set. I mean, David's got the gut shot to go with these.
We're going to see a big bet. We should see a very big bet on the turn here. Nice.
Yeah. I don't think David's going to be getting anywhere in this hand.
Well, if he bets pot or it's close, not versus this size in it, you're losing to all the bluffs. You're losing to like, is this?
Oh, yeah, you can probably call goodness gracious! Wow. This could be game. I mean, checking back nines here.
Nines has to bet. In fact, you almost check queens, maybe, but nines you're just going to bet, obviously.
Yeah. Tens a bit closer too.
Close.
He's all in. David's got a very easy decision. He calls. That is it. That is going to do it. David Yan, your Super Millions champion yet again. Picking up a second title. Could be winning this for $341,000. Tommaso put up a fight at him for a brief moment there. You thought maybe this is going to be it. Maybe he turns it around, takes it, but instead is going to be eliminated here with a massive cooler, $268,000. Patrick, what a final table. How are we feeling about this?
Masterclass from David Yan. That was pitch perfect.
Yeah, well done. Good games all around from everyone.
I think he won a flip early on, and then after that, just took control.
Just coasted. I mean, one of the biggest storylines as well. Joker Laza, satellite winner.
Our guy, yeah.
Our hero.
Played excellent. Played excellent. To be honest.
I think it's the chat's hero as well as the hero of the commentary booth. You know, getting 5th place from $10 to 129,000.
You got to get him on your channel.
Yeah,
you got to give him a platform. We want to hear.
We got to be heard from him, see how he's feeling. But I think that'll do it from us here in the booth. If you guys haven't already, please leave a like in the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is the Patrick Squared, Patrick Egption Tardif, and Patrick TheBigDog09.
Thanks for having me, mate. That was a blast, man. That was good fun.
One last reminder to please subscribe to the channel and please leave a like on the video. Patrick, as well, is there any way that we can perhaps follow you, whether on social medias or, you know, what sort of platforms could people find you?
Twitter, but I've got like 5 followers, so that's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just out here. I'm just out here, mate.
We'll find you. We'll find you in the streets.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me on there. It's very good fun.
That was my pleasure. But that'll wrap it up here for the Super Millions coverage. Next week, I'm pretty sure we'll be back to regular scheduled Jeff Gross commentary. Pleasure taking over. Had a lot of fun. But that'll do it for us tonight. Take care, guys. Have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you guys are. And see ya.